Hey fellow beaters, it's JP, and yes, it is that time again. I'm doing an unboxing for the Potomac Beads March Best Bead Box for 2022. And this month's box is called the Temporal Transitions Box, and they have a list here of the pattern's going to be the dragonfly pendant pattern, and I'll show you what beads are included there, and then I will show you what's in the stash. Afterwards, I'm going to use some of the beads that I got there in this box and make these earrings. So what's nice is you should have these in your stash already, so if you're not a subscriber, you can still make these earrings. Let's get started. All right, so the project for this month's box, for the March 2022 box for Potomac Beads, is the dragonfly pendant necklace. And here is the tutorial that they send you. It gives you the list of materials. And then the instruction sheet is right here. So they always have really good illustrations in their sheets. So let's just go through the items that come in the sheet. So the first item is going to be the dragonfly bead. It's a focal bead. And just pull all these out. So you get 3 of these, which is nice. So you could actually make the necklace and then also make earrings if you wanted to go along with it. But here they are, front and back. So they've got little dragonflies on both sides. And this color is called the Jade Travertine is the color. So really cute, pretty beads. Then you're going to get some 4mm bicones as the other items. So, whoops. These are just Potomac crystals. Doesn't give you the color name, but they kind of have this sort of black diamond look to it, if I like, kind of like the Swarovski ones. And so, ooh, very sparkly. In addition to that, you get some crystal teardrops. These are 6x8mm drops. And again, I don't have the color on this one either. But here they are. Very pretty, very sparkly. And next are some seed beads. So these are Miyuki seed beads, and these are translucent jasmine is the name. So let's grab my scissors so I can take these out. Just cut a little corner. They kind of blend into the palm, but there they are. So nice neutral color. Just gonna put those down there for now, and then I'll scoop them up here and put them away. So, not doing that very efficiently, but anyway, the hole is not very big. So, there. Those were the 11-Os. Then we've got some chain. So this is Potomac curb chain is what it's called, and it's just a silver chain. So pretty straightforward. And the last thing we have are some head pins. So they're right here. These are 2 inches. They're silver plated brass. You get 50 in the little bag of head pins. So head pins are always useful, but they're part of the necklace. You're going to be adding the drops to the necklace, and so you're going to use the head pins for that. And I imagine also for the bicones that get added up here. Okay, so that was all the beads that you got for the project. Now let's look at the beads that come in the stash. So you get a pretty good stack of materials for your bead stash from the March box. So one of the first things you'll note is this tool. It's a beading owl, and from Potomac Beads, beading owl. So very nice to, it's a very nice tool to have for when you have clogged beads to help unclog the holes. And also this can be used for making pearl knotting. So as you can see here, it even shows you how to do it on the back of the packaging for the owl. So great for forming knots. Great tool. I didn't have one of these, so nice to add that to my list of beading tools. Now, here's the list of all the materials that came with it. So first thing on the list here is Potomac 4mm pearls. So the pearls are right here. They're dark gray, and these are a lovely color. Has this nice sort of metallic look to them even though they're pearls. Bring that a little closer. As you can see, they look almost metallic, but they're a dark gray. Then we have some 6mm gemstone beads, which there's a mixture of them, so very pretty. I could see some quartz, maybe some turquoise there. Agate. I don't know a lot of my gemstones very well, so, but here they are. Ooh, there's some tiger eye there. I could definitely know that one. This is the quartz. Pretty. This is, I don't think it's turquoise. It might be howlite that's dyed. Ooh, I knew this one. Now I can't remember it. If someone knows it, let me know. Definitely agate there. I think tree agate. Anyway, nice little mixture. This will make a cute bracelet, I think. Just by itself, you could just string those up on some elastic and get yourself a cute little bracelet. Next on the list is 2-hole bell beads. Now, this is the first time I'm actually seeing these. I had not seen bell beads before. So, and they look like little bells. So, or almost like little flowers. So you could do something cute with them. But they'd be great to add as like drops and fringe at the bottom. And the color is white champagne luster is the color for the ones I have here in the box. So, nice. 2 holes on either side. So, yep. Trying to think of how I could use those in a project. I'm not sure. I've never worked with these before. So, I love working with new beads, new bead shapes. Always fun. Okay, next item on my list are some cube beads. Cubes are right here. So this one I have to open. I'm going to cut that open. It's a nice matte color. Let's move that over here a little bit. So this is matte black AB 3mm cubes. They're Miyuki cubes. I'll bring those a little closer. Nice. Also, cubes are ones that I don't work with very often, so might be interesting to see what I can come up with. Okay, next on the list are Potomac crystal rounds, 3mm, which are right here. And food ball. I don't know if that's a color. So I'll have to look that up because I'm not sure. But it's a pretty blue color. It kind of goes with the teardrops for the necklace even. So really nice. I've got a decent collection of 3mm round crystals from all the bead boxes that I've gotten. And then I already showed the owl. It's next on the list here, but I showed that first. So skipping over to the next one after that are the round duo beads. Now these are another Potomac bead. So these are specifically made by Potomac Beads. Really like the color. It's kind of a mixture. I don't know if it's evident there. Kind of a mixture of black and like a gray, light brown. So it's not a pure solid color. And I don't know if the camera's really picking up on that. They're called Jet Antique Chrome. So totally, the color totally makes sense. Can't see it as well on camera, but that is exactly the color I would call it. It's the perfect name for it. All right, last item, or two items I should say, is the stainless steel metal spacers. These are 2x3mm, silver plated, and there's 100 of these. So just your little tiny 2x3mm beads, essentially. So good little accent piece to add to something that you're working on a project. And the final item are the ball and hitch clasp. So these are 7.3mm, also silver plated, and there's 5 of these. So I have never actually used this particular type of clasp. But they don't seem to come apart very easily, so that's good. So there's the ball, and you just pop it in. So probably good for a necklace, I think, more so than a bracelet. I would still feel like I prefer a lobster claw with the bracelet or even a toggle, but maybe this would be good too. Anyway, that's the unboxing. Those are all the items that were both for the dragonfly pendant pattern and also the beads for your stash. Now let's get on with the tutorial. Okay, so as I said, I am doing a tutorial to show you how to make these earrings, and so I went ahead and grabbed those pearls that I showed you. This is the 4mm Potomac pearls, dark gray. So you can use any type of 4mm beads. You don't need to have pearls or, you know, a round, a bicone, a fire polish, whatever you've got will work. So I just wanted to make sure that that was something. I usually try to make my tutorials with beads from your stash is sort of my general rule, although I do like to play with some of the newer beads. Anyway, and then you'll just need some 11s. So the 11s that I'm using here are the Miyuki galvanized silver, and they are from Aura Crystal. So if you're wondering where I get my seed beads, is usually Aura Crystals. Okay, let's get started. Wait, I forgot to tell you how many you need. So I have a total of 14 per earring, so 28 is what you're gonna need for the 4mm bead. And just think of all the different colors you can do with just a 4mm and a seed bead. And I think these will make cute little gifts. So, you know, Easter's coming up, so maybe, or it's our birthday present or something. Okay, now let's get started. Okay, to start, what you're going to do is pick up a pearl, an 11, pearl 11, and so forth until you've got 4 of each. So 4 pearls, 4 11s. Then go ahead and tie a knot. So I'm just tying a square knot, nothing fancy. Not that I know too many fancy knots, so there is that. All right, so this is what you should have. You should just have this nice little ring of beads. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and go through the pearl, and then I want to come out of the 11. Seems like my knot got loose there. Okay, so yes, I'm going to come out of my 11 here. Sorry, bang the camera. And then pick up 3 11s. And go through just the 11. Just like that. And then go through the pearl and come out of the next 11. And once again, pick up 3 11s and go back through the 11 and then through the purl. And that's what you should get. And then we're going to do this one more time. Pick up 3 11s and just go back through. Actually, we're not coming out of that 11 yet. So first you need to do that. Make sure you do that. So don't forget that step. Like that. And then pick up 3 11s. And then continue through to the purl. And I'm actually going to try, or not, I was going to try to get through that 11 too. So this is what you should have at this point. Now what you want to do is just go through that 11. And so we've gone all the way around and reinforced all of these beads as we were adding the little sort of decorative 11s there. So what I'm going to do is just trim off my tail thread and get that out of the way. There we go. Because that will drive me crazy as I'm trying to do this next step. So I'm out of that 11. What I want to do is pick up 4 11s this time, not 3, 4. And I'm going to go back around just the 11. And if you follow my videos regularly, then you'll know that what I'm going to do next is make the earwire loop, the diamond shape. So let me show you the other earring here. So I'm making this diamond shape loop. So once you've got these 4 11s here, you're coming out of this 11, and what you're going to do is go through just the first 11 in that group of 4. Pick up an 11 and go into the next 11. And then you're going to repeat. So pick up an 11 and go through the next 11. And one more time. Pick up an 11 and go through the next 11. And if you can go through the next 2, that's okay too, but it depends on the angle and it might not be able to get the needle through. So just do that. And there's that diamond pattern, and then you're going to go through the 11 that is here between the 2 pearls, which is where we started. And make sure your thread doesn't wrap around like it just did, just like that. All right, so next step is to reinforce. So we are just going to reinforce, not adding any beads, just going through the beads one more time to make it all a little bit stronger. So this usually works by going through 2 beads at a time. Because the beads are sitting at angles, it's just easier to do that 2 at a time and easier on the needle. So you don't end up with a twisted needle like I usually do when I try to do more than that. And so there's the next 2. My next 2, and in this case I usually do 1 at a time, this last set here. So just go through the next 11, so just went through the 1. And then the next one here, just like so. All right, I'm just gonna flip this so that it's easier on my wrist. So, and then you're just gonna make your way over. Why does that end up on that side? Okay, sorry, I apologize that I don't stay in the center. I'm trying to make sure I do. So you wanna end up here at this 11 there. So continue through the purl. then the 11 and the pearl. The 11. Okay, I just flipped I flipped my piece again just so it's easier. So I am coming out of this 11 here between the two pearls. Now I'm going to go up the next 11 there. And then through the next one there. Now for the next step, what you're going to do is pick up a pearl, or whatever 4mm you're using. I keep saying pearl because that's what I'm using, but you don't necessarily need to use pearls. So your 4mm 11, your next 4mm, and the 11, and another 4mm. So there you go. You want to have three of the pearls or your 4mm and then 2 of the 11s. Bring those down. Then pick up 3 11s. Bring those down. And for the last part, you're going to basically repeat the beginning part of this. So you're going to pick up a pearl again, then another 11. We got another pearl here, an 11, and a pearl. So those are the next set. So again, it's 3 of your 4mm bead and 2 11s. So go ahead and go back through. So remember, the thread is coming now out of this 11 here. So you're just going to go back through it and you're making a ring. So you're going to get this funky little ring, kind of an oval shape. So keep the tension tight, but go through the pearl and the 11. You want to come out of an 11. And then pick up 3 11s just like before and go back around just the 11. So now if you notice there's a little bit of slack in my thread, my ring is loosened. So before you pull this needle through, take this part of the thread and just tighten it and hold it in place and then pull it. And that will help. See how there's no slack now? That helps keep everything nice and tight. Now continue through to the pearl and then exit out of the next 11. And then repeat, so pick up 3 11s. And go through the 11 and then go ahead and go through the pearl and the next 11. So you're going through 3 beads, 11 pearl 11. And there you go, that's what you should get. Now for this next part, what you're actually going to do is skip this middle 11 and you're going to go into the third 11 and then through the pearl. Now you're going to give the thread a really good tug. So what we're going to do is actually get the middle 11 to pop out and make little points. So give that a tug and it should do that. So you see these two, the 2 end 11s try to come together and they push out the middle one. And it gives you a little picot essentially. And now go through the 11 and pick up 3. Go back around the 11 and continue forward through the pearl and the next 11 is where you're going to exit. Okay, last time you're going to add 3 11s. So pick up 3 and just go back around just that 11. Okay, so here's what your earring should look like at this point. Now continue through the pearl. And so note that we are reinforcing as we go. So, and then the 11, Then go through the pearl. Okay, so I'm coming out of that pearl. So now what I'm going to do is actually go straight up into the 11 and then the next 11 there. And your thread may wrap around all these seed beads that are sticking out, so just make sure that doesn't happen. See, it's doing it. Okay, so now for this next step, I'll bring these pearls over so I can pick them up. To pick up, actually we need the 11 first, so you're going to pick up an 11, then a pearl, and then an 11. And you're just going to go through the 11 that is sticking out. So you see you're going to connect that little group of 11s to this group of 11s here. Just like that. That's what you should get. And then you're going to repeat. So you're going to pick up an 11, go through a pearl, pick up a pearl, and then another 11. And you're going to get that little seed bead that's sticking out in that group of 3. And you're going to give the tension, you're going to give it everything a good tug. And repeat, 11, your 4mm bead, in this case, and an 11, and go through just that 11 that's sticking out. And one more time, pick up an 11, the pearl and the 11, and go through the bead that is sticking out. So everything's gone all the way around. Now I'm going to reinforce. So now to continue, you're going to go ahead and go through this 11 here, and then just go straight into the pearl. So you're basically, you're doing exactly what we did on this side when we started. So that pearl is going to be connected to that side 11 essentially. And then go through the next 11 there. So you can see I'm going through all of those, and I'm just going to go all the way around one more time just to give everything just reinforce it and give it a good tug. Oh, I did not go through the middle 11, so I'm going through the 11 and then the pearl. Now go ahead and go through these 3 11s here so that we're going through all the beads in the outer ring. And then through the pearl, and then the next 3 11s. So if you start to notice that the beads are cupping a little bit, that's okay. Don't worry about it, because that's actually, it looks cute that way. So if you want it flat, just don't pull as tight. So, but they will kind of do a little bit of cupping, which I think they end up settling. This one is sitting very flat, as you can see. So either way, I think they look fine. So keep going. So I'm going to go through the pearl and the 11. Then the bead in the center, the 11 in the center, and then the next 11 and the pearl. And then just go through the next 3 11s and coming out of that pearl. So, all right, now all the way through these 3 11s, and I want to go through the pearl, so I'm just going to do that next. Okay, so I've gone all the way around, so, and it's sitting flat. So it should be, this is what you should get. Now, go ahead and tie some half-inch knots. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna go through the pearls and the seed beads and then tie one between this 11 and the pearl there. So I'm probably gonna tie about 3 of them, and this just goes, allows me to reinforce a little bit more, not that it needs it. So this earring is, I will tell you, it is a little floppy. It does feel a little bit floppy, but it should just hang nice and neatly. So it doesn't matter that it's a little floppy. But if you like something stiffer, then I recommend using a little bit thicker thread. So I used a 6-pound fireline. You could always go with an 8. So there was my first half-inch knot there. I'm going to go through the pearl and then through all the seed beads and then do another one between the next pearl or 11 and pearl there. And through all the beads again. And this is going to be my last one. All right, so now I'm just going to trim. I've got my jump ring and ear wire here. So there's the jump ring. Open up my ear wire. I'm opening the jump ring. Add the ear wire. And then add the earring. There it goes. Just takes a second to hook it through. Close the jump ring. Whoops. Nice and tight jump ring there. Okay, there we go. And there's our 2 earrings. So really quick and easy. All you need is a 4mm bead. Okay, let me try that again. All you need is a 4mm bead and an 11, and that is it. Really cute, and makes up quickly. So we can, you can make up a pair in about an hour, and you have a cute little gift ready to go. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I will see you next time.